Hello, good morning. My name is Christopher Lara. Today I'll be doing a video response to an assignment called Developing Ideas number 2. Okay. And here I will be presenting a little slideshow and I'll be talking through what was required within the assignment. All right. Okay, so here is my presentation. Okay. Oops, apologies. Hmm. Okay, my objective here today is basically to submit a headshot of an image of myself, reflect the image that I chose, and explain my decision on why I chose this. This should also reflect the connection on a personal choice with rhetorical strategy, showing how my image communicates identity, credibility, and intentionality. And for me, my photo here I used was myself during graduation from high school. Why did I use it? Um, the reason why is one, because I am a first gen of a Hispanic family. I'm the first gen to um graduate a high school. I'm the first generation in my family to also go to college and also the first one to enlist in the military, which as you can see down here on, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but on this right here where it says the Army National Guard right there, I am still currently enlisting. So to my family, I have achieved a lot. Um, but that's just my beginning right here. And I believe why I chose this because it's part of the one of the main practices that we learned during Redicats is ethos, pathos, and logos. Ethos stands out because it's credible. It's any most people can graduate with a high school diploma or even a GED, which is not really that hard to get. As long as you can really put in the work and get it done, it it should come fairly to you. But it is a big accomplishment along the way. I will say that for sure. And I believe most people who are here sitting in the room with me, sitting in the room across the screen from me, has also passed high school or at least have a GED. Moving forward, questions right here. Okay, Mabongi reference. I believe I'm butchering that word, but we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, why did I choose this particular image over all the other ones I had available? Really, I chose it because it means a lot to me. And also, I believe it means a lot to other people because one of the most um memorable pictures or situations people have been in or achievements in their whole life would be um graduating from high school. That would be one of their major like stepping stones towards their life. Because if they see that they can do um if they can do it at a early age at the age of 18, that gives them the encouragement that they can continue in proceeding to be even more. Can even do more, which is what most people do is go to college, which is what I did. That was my motivation because for me, I was saying that if I could do high school, why not college? I know college is another ball game. However, it's really not that different. But, to each of their own, because I know that not everyone is in the same situation as I am. And not every same situation everyone has their own situations that they're going through. My process of selecting this image, like I said, reflecting on that, is just a very memorable moment. I believe most people still have pictures of them, or they have a picture of them with their family somehow in it, and it really brings people together. in my point of view, because it's a big, very achievement to most people, especially when it comes to like people with smaller ethnic backgrounds or like within the minorities, because they come from places that don't have the opportunity and they come to the US to make something of themselves. And especially when you're a first generation of a whole, of a whole bloodline, really, the pressure's real. It is pretty real. And it really is more of the them being that person being very proud of themselves to achieve that far. But then again, this is just a stepping stone because once high school, you can do college, you can get a better job, better career, and the sky's the limit, really. Like I said, the choice that I choose to connect with rhetoric models or theories would have been ethos, pathos, logos, because ethos credibility, because I believe anyone can do it, really. Even if probably they don't graduate from a high school, you can still get a GED, in which that can get you places. Pathos, emotional. Um, like I said, it's a big it's a it's a big amount of dopamine that you get from that because you're proud of yourself, you're happy. It feels so real. The emotions are going through, and I believe everyone has that type of emotions, that rush of emotions once they're there, once they realize that they graduated, because it's over for them in a good way, not in a bad way. And like I said, logos, logic, because in a way, that's how that is logical because, how does it work? Um, Basically, in the whole, my point of view, my aspect of high school is that you show up, you do the work, you do it right, you graduate, you achieve goals. And at some point, that is the reference to how life is. You set goals, you show up, you do the work, you show the work, and it opens a lot of opens a lot of doors for you. It could be in college. It can also be within the workplace. Um, because I could say one for myself. Before I started working where I work at, I worked at a fast food. But because I worked at a fast food, I didn't like it. However, I always showed up. I always showed how I always showed professionalism. I always was showing up, doing the right things, even though maybe I didn't like it. But that got me to promotion. Now I don't longer work at a fast food. However, I do work in an office, which is a big achievement for me because most people within my family never gone that far. And even though for most people or other people aspect, they may seem not a lot, but for me and myself, it's a big stepping stone. But this is just the beginning. I do want to do more. And that's why I chose my profession as a white collar. All right, but that's enough for me. Thank you guys very much for listening to my rant and to my PowerPoint about this. Peace, guys.